morning on this beautiful Friday. I'd like to welcome you to Filter Free Friday. Grab your coffee, grab your laundry. Hello, Sarah. We are going to sip, fold, and repeat. Hello, Kimberly. Summer, Sarah, Amber, I'll show you right here. Do you see all that laundry we got rocking and rolling today? There it is. It's a nice stack. It's a nice stack of laundry. Hello, Kelly and Heidi and Jessica. How are you guys? It's Friday. Hey, Karen, how are your girls doing? They look great. I saw pictures of them off at college. Are you doing okay? I'm sending an air hug. Hello, Matt from Vegas and Nicole. Finish up that coffee. The Michiganders are here. Jocelyn's here. Leslie's here. Waiting for the oil to be changed. Why does that take so long? I've never changed my own oil, but I have waited for an oil change like an excessive amount of time before. Hello, good morning. Nina says, I got your book the other day. I finished it today. Wonderful, amazing. Can't wait for more. You're way too sweet. Thank you. You made my day. Good morning. Well, I had a lot of laundry because somebody, we're not going to name names. Somebody, let me tell you what I'm talking to you. Everybody here knows this story is about you, Daphne. We're going to air the dirty laundry. Literally the dirty laundry. Yeah, talking about you. This one yesterday, she does not like to get a bath, okay? If you say the word bath, she gets a little aggravated. She does not like to take a bath. Well, she stinks. She is a smelly dog. I've said it time and again, my dog kind of smells like fish. We're not sure why, okay? So last night I said to my son, my oldest, I was like, look, that dog stinks. You need to get in there, you need to go, and you need to give her a bath. Well, she goes in, and my son takes her into the shower and scrubs her down and washes her up. Well, he let her go before drying her off, and she jumped into my bed, wrapped herself into my duvet, dried herself off. I'm not done, hold on. Out of spite, she squatted down and peed on my covers. Pissed all in my bed, okay? I didn't know she did that. So I come in and I find her rolling around in the sheets and I'm screaming at her, hey, Daph, get out of here. She runs off. In her mind, laughing at me, ha 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 ha, I pissed in that woman's bed. Mind you, not until an hour and a half or so later when I climb into bed do I find the puddle of piss on my covers, okay? So this one right here got super peeved and pissed in my bed because she got a bath. So I've been washing laundry since 10:15 last night when I realized I had climbed into a bed of pee. Yeah, shame. Turn your head the other way, that's right. Little dirt bag dog. I was so mad. I was so mad. And so of course, what do? But I'm stripping duvets. I'm stripping the beds out. I'm throwing it into the wash. It wouldn't dry. It's hanging over the chairs in the other room. I have to put it back in. Hello, Angel. Yo, she's mad at me. I'm mad at her. Feeling is mutual. Oh, Katie, she is salty AF. And now that I know what AF means because I took that quiz of what does your child's lingo mean, I know what that means, and that is a true statement. She bad. She a very bad girl. She doesn't care. She's like, I'm 8, I'm old, I don't care. So that is what started last night. That has moved into today's laundry. Are you kidding me? I wanted to boot her out, but she'd never survive here. You see the alligators in the wildlife we have here. She's the perfect size to be a tasty morsel. So there's that. So anyway, no, it didn't, she peed on the duvet. It didn't get on the mattress. She was lucky for that, but no. Nope. So anyhoozle. So yeah, so I've been doing different loads of laundry because I can only, I had to wash the duvet separate from everything. I had to wash everything separate because it was a big pain. So anyway, so I wanted to chat. I wanted to chat for a second, and I'm not going to name names, but this kind of got under my skin, but I also found it humorous. So somebody messaged my page, a delightful woman, and she's like, listen, Andrea, sorry, but that's funny. Yeah. So she was like, listen, okay, I just wanted to give you a heads up that there is a woman who is a parenting expert, and she is a parent, she coaches parents on how to be better parents, and she is using one of your videos as an example of what parent not to be. So she was basically using me as the reason that parenting coaches have to exist, and how she even said in her statement, she wants to reach out to me and help me become a better parent. And so I was like, meh, all right, that's fine. She obviously doesn't, you know, I laughed at first, right? Hello, Heather. But then she goes, so then this woman who messages me goes, wait, there's more. I did some digging on her, and she actually does not have children and has no credentials to be any type of expert. She doesn't have a college degree. She doesn't have any type of education that would say, hey, you're a child expert, or I don't even know if that's a thing, a child expert like that exists. But I was like, wait a minute. Wait, she is the perfect parent because she didn't have no kids. So I was like, whoa, that kind of chaps my behind. If not only are you throwing stones, you don't even have any children. And you're using my video to promote your class that you're selling. I was like, what? So I was like, I don't know about that. So then the woman who messaged me, who is a delight, was like, don't worry, we're on it. And they were like in there, and I was like, oh, good Lord. And it was, I went back and she was screenshotting comments for me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I was like, you're really using my videos to promote you selling parenting classes because you think I'm a crappy parent? It's my life. That's my life. But it goes back to what I was saying before. I don't think you get to call yourself a parenting expert if you have no children. Victoria, I'm a great mom when my children are not around. I'm fantastic. Get out of here. Okay? Get out of here. So I just don't, I don't know that I can buy into that. You know, that's like saying I'm the greatest chef ever because I've read every book about cooking and every book about pastrying. Wait, that'd be baking. Yet I've never stepped foot in a kitchen and I've never actually cooked anything. Get out of here. Get out of here. You can't say that. You can't say that when you've never actually felt the heat of the oven. Okay? Get out of here. Like how? I don't know. But I was laughing and my husband's like, what are you going to do about it? And I'm like, nothing. I mean, what do you want me to do? She is and then when I saw what video she was claiming I was a terrible parent for, I was like, that's the one you pick? I wasn't even being a complete lunatic in that one. That was, I would say, just a normal day video, you know? Like, what on earth? But, you know, everybody out there just trying to make their money, you know? So, anyhoozle. Anyhoozle. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. It is what it is. It's fine. So I just found it quite humorous. Quite humorous. Okay? It's like trying to perform surgery because you've seen every episode of ER. I can do a craniotomy right now. Right now. I have watched Dr. Green do it 857 times. Get out of here. The only expert you are is you're on your own kids, right? It's your own kids. You're only an expert on your own kids because you're the one that's with them all the time, doing all of the things. That's it. That's it. And as soon as you think you know what you're doing, something happens to slap you in the face to let you know you in fact do not know what you are doing. You do not know what you are doing, you know? So it's like, no, it's tough. You know, we had a puberty meltdown the other day that was like epic level 7, and I was trying to like gather my thoughts to have a conversation with him, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. Like he's having all of these feelings, and I'm like, and I don't know how to communicate with him, and I'm trying to like keep my cool and like, you know, go through this, but it's like it's ever changing. That is the only constant in this world, is the fact that everything will change. The only constant. Yeah, so it is what it is. You know that. You guys know that. So anyhoozle. So that was the beginning to middle of the week that I got that information, and I had to laugh. I laughed. I LOL'd. I laughed out loud. Yeah, the laundry never ends when you've got 5 people in the house. When you have 3 people in the house, the laundry never ends. That's why I love when people are like, "Oh, is it your laundry day?" And it's like, what day are you not doing laundry? Because I do laundry every day, and I still manage to have a large amount to fold with you guys. So what day is not laundry day? Because my machine never stops. It never, ever, ever stops. The other constant is laundry, Kelly said. Change is constant, and so is laundry. And dishes. And dishes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And somebody else was asking me how it's going with the Fortnite addiction, because my son is back at school. And so for those of you who have not sent your kids back and it's coming and they're Fortnite addicts, my son is not allowed, when school started, the rule was you are not allowed to play on a school night. So my son has not played Fortnite on a school night since school started. This is his end of his 2nd full week. And we have held to it, and I'm hoping that we continue to hold to it, because so far so good. He is only allowed to play Fridays and Saturdays, and he has a time limit on those days, but so far so good. So it can happen. You can break them of it and only allow them to play, because now that school's back in, we don't have the time. And when he gets home from school, it's dinner and homework and blah, blah, blah. So it can happen. You can break them of the addiction. It is not easy, but you can do it. You can do it. And I'm trying to think, somebody else was asking me, oh, you guys wanted an update on Grandma. So let me tell you how Grandma's doing. First of all, thank you so much to everybody who has written in and messaged and emailed and sent me messages on Instagram and Facebook and all over the place, DM'd me on Twitter. Thank you so much for your thoughts and prayers. They have been warmly received, and I'm so appreciative and so grateful. Grandma is doing much better. Much, 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 much better. She is most likely going to have no vision in her right eye. So that's going to be a problem moving forward because she cannot see. So she's compensating in the left eye, right? But like, I'm sure this is going to impact her mobility a great deal. Also on her right side, she's having a mobility issue with her foot and arm. It's like she doesn't know it exists. So they're going to have to work a lot of that in terms of therapy. She's having a problem connecting the dots. So like if you say to her, twinkle, twinkle, she'll repeat little star. ABC, she'll give you A, B, C, D, E, F, G. She knows all of those. Stuff that's like, I don't know the proper term for this, but it's like it's been memorized in your brain for forever. If you ask her who the president is, she doesn't know. The last president she remembered, or when they were giving presidents, was like Roosevelt. So there's an issue with, and she says, I know who the president is, but I can't say it. So we don't know if there's like where the gap is, right? But all in all, gotta take that for a win, because she's looking spectacular. She's looking much better. And it's definitely going to take months of therapy, and you know, we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen. But my grandfather is with her all the time, and our family is just in and out, in and out, in and out. We actually get yelled at because there's so many of us that go in, so they actually get annoyed because they're like, oh my gosh, there are so many of you, why are you here again? And it's like, oh well, we'll be here every day while grandma's here. So we're annoying the crap out of the hospital staff, but they're being great. They're being very polite. But it's just, it's tough for any family, but we are so grateful. We are so grateful and so blessed. And I mean, she looks at us, she knows who we are, even if she can't say our name, she knows who we are. And so we're very, very, very happy. Very happy. So we'll see how that goes. And she was doing pretty good with speech therapy yesterday, and it's no joke. They go in and they do 4 hours of therapy every day. Yeah. Do they give? Thank you, Rob. Thank you. What does your shirt say? Oh, she believes she could. So she did. I think that's a good motto. And I think I might believe I can take a nap today, so I'm gonna. Because being a morning person is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And actually, I think I'm going to ask my husband to come in and chime in on that. Dave! I can't believe he's not watching. Usually he's stalking me. Can you come in here? Sit in your chair.
What's the matter?
I was talking with everybody, just giving updates on various things, and they were asking how I was doing at being a morning person. And I thought maybe you should answer that question, because I felt like I was doing a really good job at being a morning person. And when I say a morning person, I've been getting up Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4:30 in the morning. So how have I been doing?
So you are normally delightful.
I am normally delightful. And I hope everybody in here can understand the layers of sarcasm that are being poured on right now in terms of...
It's a little rough after your mornings. It's a little rough.
What do you mean it's rough?
It's rough. You're not super pleasant.
I'm not pleasant?
A little edgy.
Apparently...
You're shaggy.
I'm a little shaggy in the mornings. I am not super pleasant.
Not your normal super pleasant.
So let's just explain. My normal super pleasant is like if 1 to 10, 10 is the most pleasant Disney princess you've ever met. On a normal day, what would my pleasantness...
You want me to answer this?
I want you to answer in front of all of these people. I want you to tell me.
Well, that scale's just not high enough. I mean, it's...
Tell everybody the normal amount of pleasant that I am on a daily basis.
That your nickname was Sunshine?
He used to call me Sunshine because, obviously. So what would I be on a 1 to 10? My normal...
On a
normal
day.
You're in
a really good mood?
A normal day. Just answer the question.
7?
You're so
7.
lying right
7.
now. You're so lying right
That's
now.
Too high?
Of course it's too high. What's my normal? A 5?
5, 6.
5.
5, 6.
My pleasantness is normally a 5.
4?
Who said 4? Oh, Lord. Okay, Holly's like, oh, she a 4, girl. She a 4. So apparently I'm a normal 5.
You're
What
done.
have I been?
You're a 2. After you eat a 3.
He says I'm a 2. Chris is in here. He said, don't do it. It's a setup. Don't tell her how pleasant she is. Here's the other thing, too. Though. I'm under no
false pretenses here.
Like, I don't think that I'm a super pleasant person. I've met me.
We were dating for like 2 weeks when I started calling you Sunshine.
It's pretty obvious.
It's about a weekend.
My demeanor is pretty obvious. You know, like, I do have a problem. I've been getting up at 4:30 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Natasha's comment, you're folding laundry. What do I do? Grocery shop? I cook?
He does grocery shop now. He took that over. He said that I was failing at grocery shopping.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you
I
did.
said that it was harder now that we were doing all the meal prep.
It has been more.
Meal planning.
It has been difficult. It has been difficult because we had to completely switch our diet.
Laura, send help.
But I'm under no. You know, I don't think I'm the most pleasant person. I'm only trying to be a morning person, Desiree, because this gym class that Eric wants to go to starts at 5:15.
It's crazy.
And so I have to get up at 4:30, leave the house by 5 at the latest to get there because it's 10 minutes away. And then Amanda, I'm in the negative score. I'm a -7. But then I get home at 6:05 and I take a shower and then I wake the kids up. I get them ready. I cooked eggs this morning for the kids. We packed lunches. I did 2 loads of laundry.
I packed lunches.
You packed a lunch. I made eggs. And then we took them to school. I went to see my grandmother. I came home. I worked for an hour.
Oh, Stephanie's in there. Six-pack mom. She said...
Oh, Steph is in here. Hey, girl, hey.
She said, me too. My husband is cooking because I was slacking. You weren't slacking. I was just helping.
Well, first of all, those of you who have been here a while also know I'm not a good cook. I'm not a good cook.
You want to scale that? Did you hear Sophia this morning? On the eggs?
She said there was something wrong. She was
like,
like,
what's wrong? What happened to these eggs? I'm supposed to eat these?
Yeah, so I'm making eggs, being a delight, being a 7, if you will. And my daughter calls me out.
No,
She's like, what's
Vicky,
wrong? What's
Vicky,
wrong
I
with these
agree.
egg whites?
I agree, Vicky.
What?
She said, OMG, my husband said that he is shopping from now on because he thinks he's a better saver. Not because I'm a better saver, because I just go in and get what we need.
He's under the impression that
I don't buy stuff
when I go to the grocery store, I buy stuff that we don't need.
I buy stuff for fun.
And I don't buy stuff for fun in a grocery store. That's not a store that I'm going to and I think, oh, fun.
The kids don't want to go with me because when they go and they put stuff in the cart, I make them take it out.
No, they don't want to go with you.
Mom lets me get it.
They don't want to go with you because you're an unpleasant person. This one this morning. You want to hear what's going on this morning?
I'm not unpleasant.
So I'm standing here. I'm doing dishes. I'm bringing laundry out. I'm doing all sorts of crap. This one here gets pissed off because I was being too loud in the kitchen and he couldn't hear the TV. So he threw a fit, threw the clicker down. It's so loud in here. I'm like, it's 7 a.m. Get your butt up and do something. Don't sit here watching a TV show. There's 3 kids getting ready for school. I'm doing dishes, making eggs, doing all sorts of stuff. You're complaining because you can't watch The Flash? You've lost your mind. Notice my level of pleasantness has gone down.
Who are you with in the negatives?
Amanda, which is fine. So seriously though,
you shouldn't have a pantry or cupboards full of food. It should empty out every week.
It can't possibly empty out every week.
Oh, close to empty. We literally live 4 miles from a grocery store. Let them keep the food there. We'll buy what we need.
Yeah. That cake was for our, they were like, what about that chocolate cake? I thought you guys were eating good. That cake was for our 100th episode. And we did have a piece that night. And then it got taken over to Trey and Eric's yesterday. And the kids ate it and Trey took the rest to work.
You had a second piece.
I had a second piece. It was really good. It was for our 100th episode. Negative 20. Whatever. I'm just saying, yeah, and they're all on you. They're
Carolyn,
like,
I had already been up for an hour working.
now they're asking. Aaron goes, on a scale of Sasquatch to Prince Charming, what is Dave? I don't know. It's been nice that he's been pitching in with the grocery shopping and the some nights he cooks, some nights I cook. We just take turns. But do you know what I found? When you cook, I come right in behind you and I do all the dishes. When I cook, you don't come into the kitchen to do the dishes.
So,
why is that?
Because when you're cooking, I'm working elsewhere.
So it's funny because when he cooks, I'm in there. I'm a helper. I'm washing dishes. I'm trying to clean up. I'm cooking. I'm in there. Crickets yesterday while I was cooking. Then I had to do all the dishes.
You didn't cook yesterday.
I meant Wednesday.
I wasn't here. I'd go pick up our daughter and our child from school. That's why I wasn't here.
Oh yeah, you did pick up the. You couldn't have done dishes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
How you forget?
Oh, they said you're a bit hard to hear. They'd like you to come sit next to me on the couch.
Oh, Ashley wants to know what lessons you can give young married couples.
Oh, well we can. All right, let's talk about that real quick before we have to go. Advice to the young married couples out there.
Hey, Christy.
I'd say this. Run. No, that's what everybody says. I'm just kidding. I would say don't freak out about spending every moment together, because in the beginning, I think for some reason you just innately want the other person to be with you all the time. That feeling is going to pass. I do not want to be with him all of the time anymore.
Thank you, Jeff.
And I love him, but I'm happy when he goes golfing or when he goes out to do X, Y, and Z, because it's actually really nice to kind of have, distance makes the heart grow fonder.
No, you have to have interest other than
the other person. Yeah.
You have to have your own interest.
So you really totally need to have something that you can do that's separate from your mate, and then some things that you do together, right? So like, I think the reason that I'm so territorial about the shows, like people always ask like, why do you care if he watches ahead or whatever? That's one of the things that we do together. Like when we pick a show, we watch it together. That's the time that I want to do that with you. So I don't want him to watch ahead. I know it sounds stupid, but the only time that we can get might be an hour right before bed.
Rachel just summed it all up. Tell the truth. Don't expect romance 24/7. Be okay being on your own. Share the load. I did not share the load for the first few years.
Few years?
Few.
No. What was number one? Be honest? Be honest.
How long have we been married?
15 years in October.
So the first 10, 14-ish years?
The first, probably, I'd say the first solid 11.
11.
The first 11 years of our marriage, he was not sharing the load. And my pleasantness factor probably went from maybe beginning of marriage at a 4.
You're 100 times more relaxed now than...
Yeah, well, after you have kids, you just kind of realize that you do have to go with the flow of stuff. But you should be honest with each other. Sometimes I'm not, though. Like, I've totally lied about hitting mailboxes in the neighborhood and been like, I didn't hit anything. And he's like, the mirror is hanging off the door. And I'm like, I don't know how that happened. It wasn't me. And the kids are like, Mom hit a mailbox. And it's like, you snitches. Snitches get stitches. But it's like, those are just white lies. I can't lie about that.
Yeah.
Can't lie about it. It's not a federal offense, is it? But you have to be okay on your own, and you have to share interests and whatever it is. But
honestly, the biggest, I wouldn't call it a complaint, issue or thing that used to come up when we were first married.
What?
Was anytime I left the house, you were calling me every 5 minutes trying to see what I was doing, where I was.
Yeah, I just felt like we were supposed to be together all the time. Like, I didn't realize that that's not the way it was. I didn't know. I'd never been married. I had no idea what it was supposed to be like. And now I realize it's totally fine if you want to go away for a little while. Take a week. Like, it's your business. Go, it's fine. But I definitely did harbor a ton of resentment for the business manager when he wouldn't pitch in around the house. And then my pleasantness level eventually plummeted to a negative 1,000, and we had it out. And I talk about it in the book. I talk about it in Scoop the Poop. How did I get him to start pitching in? Terry, I lost it. I went absolutely insane. And I was working from home. I was working on the blog. I had the 3 kids. I was doing everything from dishes to laundry to mowing the grass to cleaning the pool to all of the household chores to all of the grocery shopping, all of the cooking. And I eventually just looked at him and I just screamed like a lunatic. It was on 4th of July. I said, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this by myself. I am one person. And I just lost it completely.
The best, I don't remember where I heard it, but the best advice was, and I shared this last time when we did a little marriage session once before. They always say that marriage is meeting each other halfway, but the best advice I heard was marriage is not meeting each other halfway. It's 2 independent people willing to go 100% of the way for the other.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And that's the whole thing is when you, because at some points in your marriage you have to. And I kind of felt like for 11 years I went 100% your way. Not that I was pleasant all of the time, but I felt like I gave 100%. Whether it was you going back to get your master's or doing whatever, like I was there. I took
I gave 100%, it just wasn't to you.
Well, that's not the right way to have a marriage.
Understand.
I gave 100%, but not to you. Who were you giving it to?
I was going to school. I was doing all
work.
sorts of things.
It was work. He was giving most of it to work or whatever. But it was not. And then when we finally had it out, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't realize," and it was like, "Well, are you blind?" But he wasn't seeing what I was seeing. So, but no. And here's the other thing about a marriage: like, it's okay to fight. It's okay to fight and have disagreements and not just be, nothing is rosy all of the time, ever. So be honest about that. And I'm not saying you have to go plaster your business on Facebook by any stretch, but sharing the moments when they're hard helps people that are going through them so they know that they're not alone and that their marriage is okay.
And that's what, so Dawn.
It's not a fairy
Dawn said,
tale.
now it's my turn to give 100%, and that's part of why I stay off. This is your thing, not me. My role is back here.
Okay, but you support my crazy ideas and adventures, right. and now he does that. And the best thing is we're so excited about this new podcast that's coming out. And Dave has been driving that. He's like,
my husband uses, I'm a veteran, when she asks him to do things.
I'm a veteran. I gave all. I have nothing left. And then how do you argue that? Like,
all right.
But yeah, so the podcast is a good example. I said to him, I want to do a podcast. And he basically took that, ran, and has created what I think is going to be an unbelievably wonderful podcast.
We are 1 week away from episode 1.
We are?
It's next week.
No.
Isn't it?
September 7th.
I thought that was next week.
We have a whole other week of August.
Are you sure?
It's the 24th.
Really?
Yeah. I like cutting the grass. Arvin's like, why are you cutting the grass? I like to. Yeah. Now,
I've had a rough morning.
Well, but here's what it is. What we were talking, and I think we haven't, I don't know if it's what was decided. In order to have episode 1 launched on the 7th, we have to record an episode the week before because it takes several days. Well, that's the trial.
Right. No. The first one is on the 7th.
So then there's a week. Then there's none this week.
Hello,
Andre. Or Andy. Brenda's son, Andy. So I guess there is no podcast today after the show now, and there's no podcast next week. Are you sure?
Yeah.
So the 7th starts. The 7th starts the...
I have to look if it was the 7th or the 1st. Well, next week's the 31st, so no, it's not next week.
The 7th.
Yeah. Okay, the 7th.
So, but they'll be able to download the trial episode when?
Next week sometime. We'll announce when.
Next week we'll tell you when you can go download the podcast. It was a ton of fun. Cutting the grass with an alligator lurking. You're a badass. They're always lurking. So far they've not taken a nibble. Yes, you have to lift your partner up. Agreed. I like putting my earbuds in and cutting grass because I zone out and I don't think. That's why I like to do it. And I will go do it today. I know, Caitlin, bowel movement is the business manager. It's not meant in that way. BM means business manager. Thank you, Joy. She loved the trial podcast. The podcast is called Take It or Leave It. So, yes. So, my birthday is next month, too. Ugh.
You already had your cake.
That was my cake? I can't have another? All right, guys. Have an absolutely... Oh, Alicia, can't wait for fall. Pumpkin spice everything. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend. We will see you guys next week. Do we have anything going on next week?
I don't think so.
We'll fill you in. We'll fill you in if anything pops up. But have a great weekend. Be safe. Podcast Robin is called Take It or Leave It. Starts. There'll be an episode available for download next week, and we'll let you all know. You can go to the That's Inappropriate Parents page on Facebook. So just type in That's Inappropriate Parents, and if you go back to last Friday, you can see the trial episode right now. If you missed it,
You'll see it.
It's in the videos. So go to That's Inappropriate Parents, like and follow that page because that's where the podcast is going to live. Happy birthday, Aubrey. And you guys have a great day. Bye.